And sit back, relax. Deep sleep. Oh, it's not a good one. When somebody smells, it's usually the butts. Oh, be right back. Yeah, better chin that. Hello, this is Dry Oasis, and I'm your host, Danny Hargreaves from sunny Palm Springs, California. These are my two co-hosts, Kirby and Snorlax. What do you have to say, Kirby and Snorlax? Pow, 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 pow. They say that they like to see all of your faces too. So yeah, and I hope that you've all had a great day so far. And if not, oh, hello there, Sophia Parker 99. I'm just continuing on with this trilogy and going on with Turnabout Corner. Right. On to Turnabout Corner, Trial 1, Day 1 from Apollo Justice. Apollo Justice. Let's see here. Going better than the last few days for sure. I just. Ah, that bailiff's car. That bailiff on the left looks like he's not abused at all. Definitely better than the last 2 days. Though now it's also raining outside. And I love the rain and all, but my shoes aren't really flexible for that kind of stuff. Anyways, June 16th, 9:46 a.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. Huh, Mr. Wright's not here today? He said his old foot injury was acting up. Old injury? It was all smiles yesterday. Yes, he smiled when he said we'd be fine as long as you're here, Trucy. Yes, fine. He'll be fine. Here comes justice! Started my voice training at 5 o'clock this morning. Cheapers, Apollo! I mean, I usually wake up around 7, but you're a late bird. You must get a lot of sleep. Do some now. I want to see or hear. Huh? Okay. Ahem. My name is Apollo Justice, and I'm fine. That sounds more like a self mantra than voice training. I'm fine. I'm fine. You know what I'm saying? Good morning. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's see here. Right? Let's see here. Good morning. Yo, sup? Hit me with the guilty verdict, G. See if I care. Wanna hang loose? You just hang loose and let things go with the flow, like that one Queens of the Stone Age song. You know what I'm saying? Queens of the Stone Age. Yeah, that's one guy from that one band from Palm Desert or something like that. Out there in California. What's the California? What's the Palm Desert is all I'm saying. Not really. Walkie, don't be running your mouth like that in here. See, that's the difference between me and you, and old man. I'm afraid of no cops. Real G's can't keep it real till they spend some hard time in the pen. The cuckoo pen. Like those in the cuckoo nest. You have seen that film, right? What film? Never mind. You have absolutely no idea what you're talking about. Sounds like they're both been voice training Apollo. Oh, my worst fears realized. Trial starting, and I have yet to had a real talk with my client, except for these moments of him just talking about whatever. Ladies, see the fellow is at home, and he's in bed, and the phone. And he's jumping. By the way, spread the word. 7 more followers to go and probably 2 more followers and 2 more viewers on here until I get affiliates. Spread the word so I can finally use emotes and all the like. Okay. All right. Another thing I need to check up on. Later on. June 16th, 10 o'clock a.m., District Court, courtroom number 4. Wait, I didn't get to meet with my client and talk with him? What the heck? Rebel. Court is now in session for the trial of Walkie Kataki. Walkie Kataki. Sir, are you okay? Sure, it's just really fun to say his name a few times over again. It's like Sully sells seashells by the seashore. Oh, okay. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Ready to rock and roll here, Judge. Ah, it's him, Oh, guy from yesterday. He's a prosecutor? He wore a raspberry beret. The second kind you found in second-hand store. I don't remember him wearing a raspberry beret. Ouch. Oh, Polly, it was the best song of his career yet. Wait, how do you know that? It's Mr. Gavin's brother. Oh boy. Long time no see, Prosecutor Gavin. Were you taking a leave of absence? You know that little band I started up in my free time? We got real popular. Hard to say 9 to fans when 3 of your singles go platinum, Ja. Yeah? I see. To be honest, I was a little concerned. I feared you might be still distraught over that one trial. Not to worry, here, Judge. I wouldn't miss this day in the court for the world. It's worth even more than VIP sponsors to one of my concerts, Ja. How could I pass up a chance to see the true strength of the little boy who bested my brother? Oh, dang. That snaps. It was worth canceling a show or two. Understood. You may give your opening statements to the court. For that, I was thinking, is the air in this courtroom not a bit serious? It is a court of law. That's no way to get the crowd jumping here, Judge, like that one Beyonce. They're not supposed to jump. This is a courtroom. Actung, baby! Today we play it my way. Acton, baby, like U2 Acton? What's a U2? Yeah, Paula, what's a U2? Have you guys seriously never heard of U2? I mean, first that one other thing I talked about, and now U2? You mean California, right? What's that? Oh, I don't know anymore. Yo, homie, this is Japanifornia. Don't get worked up, boy. What's that noise? Yo, I'm not paralyzed, but I seem to be struck by Mr. Clavier Gavin. Sometimes you gotta get I've been ordered to get down to prosecuting. This is crazy. The victim, Paul Maractus, director at the Maractus Clinic. Seen People Park, was found pulling a noodle stand. What in the world was a doctor pulling a noodle stand of all things? That sounds like... Now, a doctor walks into a bar with a noodle stand. He goes, 2 cups, please. And the bartender's like, 2 cups of what? And the doctor's like, 2 cups of noodle to brighten your day. Pulls out the noodles or something like that. I don't know. I kind of forgot the punchline there. Yes, I believe you will only find you will only find that out by asking the defendant right here, right now. Because it's an undeniable truth that he shot the victim. What do you mean, undeniable? If you are to glare at anyone here, Justice, glare at the punk in the defendant's chair. This crime was witnessed quite clearly, you see. Very well. Please admit this witness to the court. Nyang. Not yet. I thought it was in yet. Oh, wait, it was 9. First, there's a little matter to be cleared up. Could you talk without the accompaniment? I mean, there's that whole background singer saying, no, clavier, no cry. No, clavier, no cry. Oh, okay. Let's see here. What was I thinking about? I forgot. I swear I could see the guitar for a second. What is it, Prosecutor Gavin? The motive here, Judge. Why did the little punk do it? Why did he kill the director of the Maractus Clinic? Objection! Not so fast. The defendant doesn't have to explain that. Oh? Well, what if the defendant specifically requests to do so, as he did this morning? I want to give a shout out to all my homies, I believe he said. What? What is right? They always say that on stage, you should hit the crowd with speed and ferocity. Sounds like you got you good, Apollo? Well, this is highly unusual, but court will now hear from the defendant concerning his motive in this crime. The crime. So, you, son, are the defendant. Lucky, are you? I ain't your son, old man. You step to Kentucky, you better prepare to step strong. You step to a public official, you best be prepared to step into jail. You gotta hand it to him. Wonky sure has guts. It's not his guts I'm worried about. Well then, the court will now hear testimony on the defendant's motive. From the defendant himself. Ain't nothing but a G thing. Ain't nothing but a G thing. Man, I like that one song. You mean from Snoop Dogg, right? What's a Snoop Dogg? Doggity Dog? You have gotta be kidding me. Well, excuse me, princess. Huh? Oh. Oh, never mind then. Kentucky Street. I'll tell you one thing, that doctor was a quacker. Quack, quack. Oh, it's honked at people and irritated the neighbors and all that. Have you ever heard that one quack game? That goose game? What are you talking about now? Nothing, G. I was in his clinic about a half a year ago. He messed up on my up or something bad. I mean, like ups? No, not that kind of up. Then he just lets me go without a word. See ya later, bye. So I gotta go in and get another doc to patch me up again. That was the day I done figured it out. No OG's gonna let that pass. Bazoy. That's when I went to the patent. Know what I'm saying? I look cool. You were one of the victim's patients? Lots of stuff goes down when you're keeping it real on the streets. True there. Yeah. I tell you one thing, that duck was whack at a quack at a whack, like that one goose from the Goose Game. Very well. The defense may begin the cross-examination. Can't believe this is the first time I'm hearing all of this. Walkie-talkie's truth. Tell you one thing, then it's fine. Like that one. Goose. First of all, the word you're looking for is quack. And isn't that a little harsh? He's your family doctor. Who asked you, Pointy Locks? And Goldilocks? Just who do you think you are? You're a lawyer? Look, I ain't trying to hear that. He was a quacker, plain and simple. Someone had to show him what's what. And not in that area. By someone you mean, was there anyone with a score to settle with this doctor? Besides you, I mean. You better ask somebody else, Holmes. Do I care? I made up my own mind and did what had to be done, straight gangsta style. And not whatever that song is. Gangnam Style? Yeah, that's the one. But why were you so mad at this doctor? Yo, sit back and listen while I drop a G-man. J-man. I was in this clinic about half a year ago. You messed up something bad. So you were a patient at the Maractus Clinic half a year ago? For what reason? Oh, thank you, Lena Peasley, for following me. Hey, only 6 more to go. Woohoo! I had what you might call a mark of honor. Hopefully it's not one of those. Let's see, your Medal of Honor? What was that game called? Can you explain precisely what was wrong, Joe? We had a little run-in with the Ravalis family. That's hard to see, yo. That's when I pulled the Jack move. Ow! I got hit in the shoulder. I ran into an ambush. Gee, busted kept right in me. According to my sources, you couldn't stand the stress of waiting, and ran in 50 minutes before the appointed time, by yourself. Hey, it was more than a match for those guys. Zoing! So you were carried to the Maractus Clinic from there? Apparently, he was shot in the heart. And you're to blame, Jai. You gave love to a bad name. Shot in the heart, and he's still alive? Man, he does give love a bad name. I can catch bullets between my teeth, but I never learned how to catch them with my heart. Bullets stopping short of my thumper. You know what I'm saying, boy? I would have been golden if it weren't for that whack doc. Didn't even take out a stupid bullet. So, as you say, the surgery was a failure. That ain't all of it, Holmes. Then he just lets me go, without a word. See ya later, boy. What do you mean he just let you go without a word? What do you think it means? It's a whack. That's what a whack world. It's a whack world. I'm not sure what that means, but it sounds bad. It sounds Herr Doctor wished to hide his mistake. This is why he let the defendant go. He's a liar, straight up G. He's a better G than me, you believe? So this bullet is still... You know it! I can still feel it. Right there in my chest, pressing up against my heart. Words like a bullet shot straight into my heart. Or something like to that effect. Incidentally, that's from one of our hit singles. Well, that sounds like a straightforward case of malpractice. Poor J-Man, we're no accident, that's for shizzle. Nizzle. Foggy, you dare speak that again and you're going to get thrown in jail. Alright, G. It seems that there were issues with this doctor. Man, putting it down like that was doing a world of favor. Walkie, please consult your lawyer before saying things like that. Chin up, Apollo. Back straight. Steps up. What do you want me to do, Trucy? Bring it around time. Bring it around time. And then it's like this, and that, and that, and this, and this, and that, and that, and this. Are you saying, Trucy? You know that one thing from SpongeBob? What's SpongeBob? Oh, never mind then. But why did this mistake only come to light that day? It was it was found during the family health checkup. The family checkup? That was the wackest scene of all. All the genies lining up, taking eye exams and all that. That are to die young, that to fade away, Bazoy. Only the good die young. Do 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 do. Like that one Billy Joel guy. What Billy Joel guy? Never mind, yo. A relief to hear. Eh? What? What's a relief? Oh, did your father not tell you? That bullet you carry so close to your heart, if not attended to immediately, it could kill you. Well, what? Yes, Dr. Maractus had knowledge concerning this ticking time bomb in you. Is it too late? Is it too soon? Is it? Or is it tick, 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 kaboom? Knowledge, that could have saved your life. Hey, no way, that's whacked. There's proof for checkup reports. You check up and into the court record. $19 million or 500. How ironic that you would kill the one man capable of you helping you. Isn't it ironic, Your Honor? A bit too ironic. It's like rain on your wedding day. It's almost as you're almost careless as he was. Oh no, I can feel my armrest again. Well, now that the place is hopping, let's get this gig started. Started? We've had enough of a warm-up, Ja. Time to hear from the witness. Lucky sure is quiet all of a sudden. I'm a little uneasy myself. Is this Kevin's strategy? Oh, hush. So, you will tell us your name and occupation. Okay. My name is Wesley Stickler. By occupation, I take it you refer to some private society at large, under which definition my method employed. However, we must acknowledge the meaning of attention, which is commonly attached to this notion. Once we have accepted this reality, confusion is then consult per see the vagueness inherited all by precision. By which he says to say that he is a student, a junior at Ivy University, if I'm not mistaken. Like that one Phoenix Wright guy. Yes, in the Department of Science and Engineering. Field of curiosity for all things, I spend my days in my pursuit of my truth, owning my pursuit of truth. I was thinking about that one song from Persona 4 Golden, but I seem to have forgotten. Herr Stickler, please direct said curiosity to the case at hand today. Very well, Mr. Stickler. Please testify to the court about what you saw on the night of the crime. Well, it's quite simplistically what I saw. However, we must understand that Homo sapiens possess these designed to receive to interpret data. And then he was killed. A night in the park. That night, I passed through the park on my way home from shopping when I saw them. One man pulling a stand, another man facing him. I saw them quite clearly, even though that one in the left is a little bit blurry. The man facing the victim was the defendant. It was in his hand he held, yes, a pistol. It pointed at the man holding the stand. A shot! The bullet hit the man in the stand, from the front, square in the forehead. Was there anyone else in the park at that time? I can say with 100 accuracy that there was not. The pistol our witness refers to is this. Court accepts this into evidence. Pistol added to the court record. Very well, Mr. Justice. You may cross-examine the witness. Yes, Your Honor. Trucy, are you okay? Trucy, are you staring like that at the witness? That man. I can't help but I feel like I've seen him somewhere before. Boring, boring, as far as we will go. Oh, I see now. I always wondered for the longest time what that piece of hair was, but now it makes sense with that thing on his head. In the forehead? That's not it, right? Objection! Whew, if that's all of it, I think I have a chance. Is that you? Relaxing, I see here, Justice. Ahem. Objection! Once it's quite enough, Mr. Justice. Apollo, pace yourself. This trial's not over yet. Right, look at this. The autopsy report? Is there a problem with the autopsy report? Right, a problem. A problem. Yes, the problem is with the location of the entry room wounds. It's a problem, alright? The location? Yes, it's a problem. Okay? It's a problem. You testified that the killer shot the victim square in the forehead, did you not? That's definitely a problem. I have already determined your angle of inquiry. Allow me to explain. It was quite simple, really. First, understand when I say square. What do I mean by this? For example, the deflection of meter is the wavelength of the light emitted by a krypton particle. It is well-known fact that krypton particles are rare, and by which to the basic fallacy in your line of reasoning. Mr. Justice. Yes? Was there objection to this krypton particle things? No, I have my No, it's a problem. A huge problem. This is a big time, and you are obsessed with something so small? You disappoint me. No, I'm obsessed with something big. It's a problem. I mean, there's a bigger, less nitpicky problem here. You tell. What, stop saying problem all of a sudden. Okay, Your Honor. Just look at the autopsy report. The location of the entry wound was the right temple. The temple? Mr. Sigler, you quite clearly saw the victim was shot square in the forehead. That's a contradiction, isn't it? I mean, look at my pointy here. It is right, finally. Objection! Here, Justice. Oh, here, Justice. Yes? Your tactics are outdated. Try to shake the witness by objecting to trifles? I mean, look at the autopsy reports. Huh? What do you mean by that? Oh, yes, it's been updated. You have got to be kidding me. No, I'm just joking with you. I'm not like that other guy who updates his autopsy reports. Surely you haven't forgotten the fatal wound your master suffered 7 years ago? Phoenix Wright, was it? Yeah? How dare you, good sir. Look, I know the wound was in the wrong place according to this testimony. We're a nerd. Aw, look at his eyes. Here, forehead. Forehead? Let us imagine you are walking through the park. You see two men facing each other, one with a pistol, friend on the other. What would you do here, forehead? I guess I would try to stop them. I'd probably shout, stop! Stop! Let it all out! These are the things we could do without. Baby, I'm talking to you. Hold on. And you, Fräulein? Me? Well, I'd probably scream, "Eek!" And you, Hair Stickler? What did you shout, I wonder? Ah, if the victim turned his head at the last moment, gulp. Ah, yes, thank you for jogging my memory. Sounds like an addendum to the testimony is required. The testimony. Night in the park, too. As soon as the killer raised his pistol, I took action. Cease this at once, you two, I cried with composure. The victim turned in the direction of my voice, and the shot rang out. Whereupon our cowardly killer, the defendant, appeared to have become frightened. Tossing the pistol aside, he fled from the scene. I see. So you attempted to stop the crime. Indeed, with composure. Well, maybe the criminal wouldn't have fired if he hadn't shown like that. That doesn't really matter now, unfortunately. Let us consider this new testimony, shall we? Observe the diagram, if you would. Witness, Mr. Stickler, was it? Stood here. He shouted, "Oh, stop, please," or something of this nature. The victim responded by looking in the witness's direction. Turn around, bright eyes. If the killer were to have fired at that moment, as we can see, the bullet would have struck the right temple, as in the report. It does seem to be the case. Witness the power of a junior in Ivy University's Department of Science. Very well, Mr. Justice. You may cross-examine the witness. Brucey, why are you staring at him again? Oh, no reason. So you saw Ray's pistol. Weren't you frightened? It can be said we students of Ivy University know no fear. The moment I saw that pistol, my inner sense of justice compelled me to take action. I was certainly brave of you. You might have gotten shot. Huh? You certainly were lucky. If I were in the killer's shoes, I wouldn't have left a witness behind. He actually looks like he had no idea why he was in danger. Regardless, I attempted to halt the bloodshed. Poor guy. This is at once, you two, I cried with composure. Are you sure both men were able to hear your voice? They were, of course. My high, exquisite voice echoed through the park. And the victim responded to that clarion call. White. The victim turned in the direction of my voice and shot up right out. Did you hear the gunshot at the same time as the victim turned? Indeed, I would say about the same time to be precise. And the victim didn't ask for you for help? It can be said he didn't have time to ask. He didn't even have time to take a single step. I'm totally sure that the killer fired because Mr. Stickler startled him. Don't say that too loud, Trucy, please. Whereupon our cowardly killer, the defendant, appeared to have become frightened. Then you describe the killer's actions more clearly. He seemed quite surprised, especially considering it was he who did the deed. As we can see, human psychology is a tangled web indeed. He simply couldn't believe what he had done. He shot, he panicked? Common tale, but true. Unfortunately, before I could take further action... You didn't try to apprehend the criminal? It was all happened so fast. I'm afraid I hadn't the time. Doesn't something about that strike you as odd, Apollo? What? The killer was in a hurry, right? He fired the pistol and tossed it right away? According to the testimony, that's what happened, yes. In that case, I expect to find something we didn't find. Find something? Find what? I like that contradiction. Kind of sad to see it go. As sad as I feel. What do we do now? At least the testimony's getting a little clearer. That's right. We can find something to use in this new testimony. Objection! Wait a second. This another misleading request. You beholden that you're so beholden to your own mode of discourse, you can't see how it affects you. Come again? Wait a second, you say? A second? Are we intended to wait just that, a single second, 1/16th of a minute? That's hardly enough time to draw breath, let alone make a statement in court. Now, had you asked for a longer period of time, say, Mr. Justice, yes, Your Honor? Am I to understand that you're objecting to the delay for this second? Yes, I mean, no. Here, just look at the pistol. It doesn't have a single fingerprint on it. Common ploy. Made all the more common, I fear, by the prevalence of television. Criminals these days are loath to leave fingerprints. Wait, but you said the killer tossed a gun and ran. That's right. He didn't have time to wipe the gun for prints. The little girl sticking to the university student. There's a song in there. I'm not little. Then let's sing it like adults, shall we, Fräulein? Eh? What if the killer defendant was wearing gloves? Gotta admit, I didn't think of that, Apollo. Oh, Mr. Justice? Would the killer have been wearing gloves? No way. Record of the murder weapon is very clear about one thing. The fingerprints were wiped, which means some trace prints remained, which contradicts your testimony. If everything happened as you say it did, you wouldn't have to have time to wipe the pistol. There it goes time again. That may be, but it does not change what I saw. Killer, the defendant. He threw down the murderous weapon from his hand and fled. And this pistol was found at the scene of the crime, strongly suggesting that this was the weapon he disposed of. That sounds solid to me. Well, Forehead? Any of your pressing objections? Please stop calling me Forehead. What gives, Apollo? Let's see that voice training go to work. Now, I've only recently realized something. No matter how much you train your voice, it doesn't matter if you have nothing to say. What do you mean, nothing to say? Isn't it obvious from what the witness just said? Huh? Then what obvious? When he stated what he saw just now, he said Waki dropped a murderous weapon. But that's not the same as being 100% of what Waki threw away. You're right. He's just confused because a pistol was found at the scene. Poor Mr. Stickler. It must be hard to be so perfect yet so wrong. Well, it can be certainly said that I'm quite offended. Well, it is indeed true that once in my youth I wrote a letter received by the teacher and posted on the block for all to see. The appellation poor might be affixed to my name. What we can say for certain is that the witness saw the killer throw something. Does the defendant have anything to say about this? Well, what if he threw wasn't a pistol? It had to be something else. At least one person on the defense team seems to be thinking. Grr, I'll wipe that smile off your pretty face, Captain. Perhaps you can inform the court as to the nature of this something else? What else did the killer throw away before fleeing the crime scene? Take that! Is that a sword? I saw one of those on the late night movie last night. Great, a sleep-deprived judge. This knife was found on the scene of the crime, with the defendant's prints on it. His prints? The single piece of evidence proves two things. One, that what the defendant threw down wasn't a pistol. Two, the defendant wasn't wearing gloves. Indeed. No, for your Forehead, you're forgetting two other things you've just proven. Huh? One, that the witness saw with the defendant, Mr. Waki Kitaki. Two, that the defendant was holding a knife with the intent of harming the victim. Oh. Indeed. Never underestimate a Gavin in the lesson here. This court is in the opinion that our witness is fond of making assumptions. In that light, I believe it would behoove to hear about what really occurred. With less assuming, please. Because it makes Us out of you and me. Is it always the same with you people? Mark, Mark left Mark left the house on foot. 5 minutes later, his brother left after him. How long would it take for Mark's brother to catch up to him? Assuming that Mark never left to stop for a traffic light? Assuming. Yes, that's what I said. Assuming. As if that were a probable situation at all. And here you are assuming that my assumption is no better. Aha, but this court assumes that the witness will testify as to what happened after the shot was fired. From shot to call. If I could not prevent the killer from leaving the scene, nor could I simply leave the scene in good conscience. Ergo, I used my cell phone to call the police. Till the police arrived at the scene 10 minutes later, I saw no one else. Why didn't you chase the killer? He was, as you say, a killer. Of course, I could have run him down at what would he have done when he cornered. Sadly, it takes more than an aptitude for solving quadratic equations to know that. Did the testimony earlier not prove the defendant's presence at the scene? Do we not also know that there was no one else there? It seems clear that we have our killer. Does it not? Does it not, Mr. Justice? Try to find a way to take this testimony down quick. Oh boy, here comes trouble. Injustice. Hold it! Which way did the killer run? By that time, it was clear that the killer had noticed me. Naturally, he ran into the opposite direction. That would mean he ran into the opposite direction from the Kitaki mansion. Akutang don't even think about pointing out that he was going away from his home. All he had to do was loop back once he was out of sight, out of mind. Ugh, how did he know that's where I was going? You're certainly composed for someone who had just witnessed a killing. One had to devote one's life to the pursuit of science and truth. One must never flinch at the sight of little blood, nor be so moved by a chemical discovery that one drops one's flask upon the labyrinth floor. Oh wait, I remember. It's Pursuit of My True Self from Persona 4 Golden. What are my lips doing like this? Okay, I'll stop with that. That was just getting cringe. Ooh, cool answer. Very cool. So nothing strange about how he acted. It looks like she has something to say. To say something. Vigo, I used my cell phone to call the police. Wasn't your first thought to call an ambulance? It can be said that I have dabbled in medicine. The injury I witnessed, namely a single shot to the head, tends to lead in death. Vigo, there was no need for me to call an ambulance. Ooh, a perfect syllogism, a proof in the parts. Exquisite, simply exquisite. He actually looks like say he's going to cry. Can you tell us in detail about these 10 minutes? I stood in the sin of heightened awareness. Anything could happen at any moment. Anyone could appear from any direction. Is that all? No one came. Nothing happened at all. Is that all? Which is to say, I saw nothing. It was late at night. Not odd to think there would be a few people around in the park. You just stood there watching? Much to go there. Greasy, do you have anything to add to the conversation? Rizzy, if you've got something to say, by all means, say it. Ark, I can't find a single problem with that testimony. Trucy, say something now. Slap. Had enough of the. Had enough of the. Had enough at last here, forehead. It's time to back off a bit. Arg, arg, there's nothing fishy about that testimony at all. Not even a fish. It appears that there are no objections to the witness's current testimony. There are many a number of ways to explain the lack of prints on the pistol, I assure you. Perhaps the killer really was wearing gloves, previous, which wiped the previous user's prints off. Then, after the deed was done, this fell out of his pocket as he was throwing the gun away. A mistake befitting of a small-time punk, my opinion. Oh, no! No! It seems we've come to the end of the line here. No, that can't be all. How unfortunate. It seems that you weren't cut up to stand on the same stage as me. Too bad we couldn't have a duet. Or you for their forehead? I believe this brings the cross-examination to a close. Court will now declare the verdict for the defendant, Waki Kitaki. Hold it. Eek! Huh? Whoa! Whoa there! Don't stand so close to her. Don't stand so close to her. Trucy, nobody move. What's the meaning of this? Who are you? There'll be no verdict in this courtroom. Not yet. Wait, are you one of the Kitakis? Kitakis? You mean the notorious gangsters? If you don't want to see me give the little girl a new smile, do as I say. Join the courtroom for 20 minutes. What? This courtroom will not bow to the pressure from the likes of a judge. I see little point of further aggravating this gentleman. Recess, 20 minutes. I promise you, you'll regret it. Hey, where'd he go? Wait, he disappeared so fast. Come to the defendant will be Apollo? Huh? I suppose I have no choice but to adjourn for a 20-minute recess. Relif, catch that mysterious man. Who was that mysterious man? No, to be continued. Okay. Well, I'm just going to save the key. Can it give me a little drink of water? Okay. And yes, I will be a little bit chitty. Clean up some music. Won't be taking a 5-minute recess. Yeah. And for those watching currently, I hope that you've had a great day so far. And if not, I hope the rest of your day is better or tomorrow is better for you. And after this trial, or at least this part of the trial, I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about continuing on with Fortnite afterwards. Just seeing how that goes. Probably. Something else, maybe. Hmm. Doop-a-doo. You just. Turn into a new song.
Move my feet.
Morning and everything. Got me only 6 more followers to go. Yeah. Alright. Back to the game. Hello for everybody that's watching now. I hope that you've had a great day so far. And if not, I hope the rest of your day is better, or tomorrow's for you. Maybe I should make that a little jingle. What? Huh? Huh? Yeah, I guess I'll put my name. Wait a minute. Oh, okay, just making sure. Oh, that would have been so awkward if I left it there. Yeah, that's right. Gotta have that music. Oops. Forgot to read. Alright. The court, June 16th, 11:17 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2. Trucy! Trucy! Give me a quick, Apollo. Good show, good show. Trucy, you're okay. I thought. Stop. Don't cry, Apollo. Grr, those good for nothing gangsters. There are some things you just don't do. I'm pressing charges. Wait, just calm down, Apollo. Or else. What? Huh? Ugh! What the heck is that? Surprise? This is not. This is one of my best tricks. The amazing Mr. Hat. You look marvelous, darling. He's a big stage. He's a big hit on stage at the Wonder Bar. Yes, I'm a big hit. Ha ha ha. Well, what do you think? Do you like it? You mean you, Trucy? There's some things you just don't do. I, I'm pressing charges. One of the best parts of this game. Apollo, now's not the time to be threatening me. It's you who's being threatened here. Huh? Remember what you said to Waki's father yesterday? You promised you'd save his son. But that testimony was rock solid. Like a rock. What are you suggesting I do? Look, once the judge declares a verdict, it's all over. If I can use my talent to stop that from happening, I will. Brucey, no more stage abductions, please. I'm not talking about magic, Apollo. But I am talking about magic. I know when the witness isn't confident, I can perceive what he's feeling. Might not mean anything, but it's all we've got. You can see what he's feeling? Think back, Apollo. Think back to the times when there was a contradiction in his testimony. All the times. All the times there was a contradiction. I don't remember. Actually, I don't remember them exactly. The thing I do, there were 2 times when he made statements he wasn't confident in. And each time, there was a contradiction. In his hand, he held as a pistol. It was pointed at the man pulling the stand. Tossing the pistol aside, he fled from the scene. Did the man toss aside a pistol? But it turned out he wasn't sure. Sure enough, there was a contradiction. Well, that's true, but how does that help us? Didn't you notice anything? Whenever he made a statement he wasn't confident in, he displayed a certain habit. In his hand, he held the pistol, which pointed at the man pulling the stand. Did you see it? The very moment he said the word pistol, his finger got all tense, and he fiddled with the corner of a page in his book. How am I supposed to know? How am I supposed to know that? How am I? It should be how am I supposed to see that? Well, I could see it. What else do you think Daddy won 7 years without losing a game of poker? What? What? I always sat next to Daddy during his big matches. I could see what his opponents were feeling. You mean that's how Mr. Wright won all those games? Not cheating officially. I wasn't looking at their hands or anything. And I wasn't there all the time either. Said he's quite good at poker after all. Not good enough to go undefeated that long. Great, so he cheated. But what does that do for us? I don't believe this. You have to listen to his testimony one more time. No, scratch that. You have to watch his testimony. Perceive the truth. Watch the testimony. Perceive the truth. The only thing I'm perceiving is that we're going to lose. Not true. But he said so. He said that you have the power, Apollo. The power to change fate. Mr. Wright said that. What's the testimony? Receive his true feelings. She's serious? Time's up. Sorry I can't think of any way out of this one, Apollo. What was that she said before the trial started? Blah blah blah. Blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. Blah blah blah. Is that what he meant by us being fine? Well, let this aside, she did won a guilty verdict already today. Time to show this court what I made of. Get a ba ba da ba ba. Try to take a bite of me. Time to show you just what I'm made of. Time to curiosity. Time to beg a bite of me. Time to show you just what I'm made of now. Get ready for justice. Let's do it. Apollo! You know, I'm starting to think I can do this. I knew you could do it all along. Oh, and one more thing. Please keep Mr. Hat out of your shenanigans next time. Try to cover Mr. Hat as best as you can. I flew in from the coast, and my arm's tired. Right. June 16th, 11:40 a.m. This is courtroom number 4. Court is now back in session. Right, we're fine. I'd like to say to the young lady standing next to you, Mr. Justice. Oh, you mean me? Do you have anything to report? Anything concerning the mysterious phantom in the silk top hat? Ah, right. Don't worry about him. I settled that. You settled that? Yes, it was an out of courtroom settlement, right. Perhaps Fräulein would have us believe it was nothing more than a passing dream? A fantastic illusion? How you see it? No, you don't? Am I right? I think he's on to me. Hurry, Apollo, kill him! What? I can't kill him! Alright, then I'll do the shot myself. Trucy, no, stop it! You would stop being so cool. Let us dispense with these niceties and get straight to the matter. What are your plans for a gifted witness? Right. The defendant would like to request another cross-examination. Because I forget to ask something. There was no issue with the witness's previous testimony. I will grant your request, however, but this court will not permit stalling for time. Understood, Your Honor. Don't forget, Apollo. When he isn't sure about something, he has a habit of fiddling with his book. Fiddling about, fiddling about, fiddling about, fiddling about, fiddling about, fiddling about. Trucy, you know what that song is about, right? Oh, sorry. Blah, 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 blah. We've been here before. Do we really have to see this again? I'm not sure I'm qualified to watch his testimonies after all. Focus, Apollo. Find his weak spot. Focus. Tell me we're that easy. Here's here what he says my Isaac sees expression. I have to do something more? What other senses do I have? Huh. What's this? My bracelet? Huh. What's going on? Your bracelet feels different somehow. I think Daddy was right. You can see it, can't you, Apollo? You're almost there. Find the weak spot in his testimony. But this sounds crazy. My bracelet is trying to tell me something. Is it supernatural or what? Hold it! So you called immediately after witnessing the murder? The police undoubtedly have a record of the call. Why not check in with them? Wait, Apollo! This has to be it! Wait, you mean his habit? Again, when exams, something has a habit of fiddling with his book. The only time he had even had the book open was here. Means that this is a place to look for his habits. I don't know how I do it, but I know. Now what? It's my bracelet. It's different somehow. I can feel it reacting to something about the witness. Your bracelet? I'm not sure I get this focus stuff you were talking about, Trucy, but I have a feeling that trusting my bracelet is the way to go. Apollo, are you quite right or sane? Okay, just touch my bracelet with reacts to the testimony. Whoa! What's going on? I can see the witness's face, his expression so clearly. It's only in my mind. See nothing else, hear nothing else. Apollo? Tracy, what's happening to me? This is what I meant by focusing. Focusing. I'm focusing. You remember that one scene from SpongeBob SquarePants, right? Where Patrick's doing the thing to the guy, right? What are you talking about? Oh, nothing. In this state, you can see everything, Apollo. Everything the witness does. That's great, but this is kind of freaking me out. Well, just look at Mr. Stickler's Twitch, his habit. You remember it, right? Sure, when he says something he's not sure of, he fiddles with a page of his book. You got it. Right now, you're looking at the witness's face. And your eyes are sort of bugging out. I'll bet they are. First, move your focus of attention down to Mr. Stickler's hand. Hand? You know what to look for now, but you have to be looking at the right place. Right. You can only see his face like this. I'm to change my viewpoint. Apollo, what are you doing? There's no time to be doing stuff like this. Sorry. Apollo? Sorry, I mean his lips are gosh darn beautiful. Apollo, okay. Perfect, now you're really ready. Ready for what? Ready to perceive the truth behind this switch. Perceive? Try listening to the witness talk as you focus, and watch for his habits. Right, when he fiddles with the page. That's right. That's your signal to look closer to perceive with X. And his weak spot, and I guarantee we'll be able to give him the royal flush. Looking like a true poker head's daughter. Can't read my, no, can't read my, no, he can't read my poker face. She ain't got to love nobody. Can't read my, no, he can't read my poker face. She has got to love nobody. I'm a magician, thank you very much. I have to pay attention to his words, his fingers. Don't worry if you miss it. You can always try it again. Right, look out, nervous twitch. Here comes justice. Okay. Twiddle. Gotcha! Oh, and now we were some kind of dimension for a moment there. I saw it. Just now I could see it. Mr. Justice, do you have something to say? Oh, this being at a desk. It's quite bad for my circulation, you know. Mr. Stickler, allow me to ask you a simple question. Why did you fiddle with the page of your book just now? The very moment you mentioned your cell phone? What are you talking about? Curious about this cell phone of yours. And if I ask a few questions? What to ask? Mr. Stickler, please show me your cell phone. Hurt? Why? Whatever for. Show me and you'll find out. Well, I can't. I don't have it, you see? Don't have it? Mr. Stickler, is this your cell phone? Yeah, where did you get that? That's a phone from yesterday. Your cell phone, somebody dropped it beneath the tire. How strange, Mr. Stickler. Huh? Can you explain why your cell phone is sitting here in my hand in this very moment? Wait a minute, what is the meaning of this? The cell phone was found yesterday in the Maractus Clinic garage. Maractus? Why, that's where the victim lived. Yarg! That's impossible! Mr. Stickler, you lied to the court, didn't you? If your cell phone is here, how could you have called the police? It's true. I didn't have my cell phone at that night. That is why it can be said that I called the police from a public phone. I called it a payphone. You know that one Maroon 5 song? What Maroon 5 song? Oh, never mind then. A payphone. So you didn't call up your cell phone after all? Just where was this payphone located, Mr. Stickler? Well, to indicate a startling high degree of accuracy, it was right around here. That's that's quite a ways from the park. But why would you lie? Can be only one reason. He didn't want the court to know he had lost his cell phone because it was found in the victim's garage. What are you saying? Mr. Stickler, you broke into the Maractus clinic on the night of the murder. This cell phone tells all. Nancy time. Not as good as any of the other pursuits, but still just as good. Like this, he is a champ. Right. That's okay. Well, that's ridiculous. That makes it sound like I snuck into this fellow's garage to commit some crime, as though I was trying to kill him. Mr. Rocktis was killed that night. Well, yes, but no. This is line of reasoning has to be against the rules. Against the rules? This is a courtroom. Yes, it's true. I lost my cell phone, but you can't prove that I lost it that night. Well, Mr. Justice, that cell phone was dropped the night of the murder. It does raise considerable suspicion as to a connection with the crime. How's your chance, Apollo? Connects Mr. Stickler to the crime. Oh, he's already connected enough. I just have to prove it. Well, do I have a piece of evidence that can do the job? I prove the cell phone was dropped on the night of the murder? Sure, why not? Of course I have evidence. Ooh, I like your swagger, Air Forehead. Hit it. Court will now see this evidence, Mr. Justice. Hit it as they say. The evidence that proves the cell phone was dropped in the murder is... Take that! That's a side view mirror? As it so happens, Dr. Maractus' car was in an accident that took place the night of the murder. An accident? An accident. An accident? An accident. An accident? An accident. It happened a little after 9 o'clock, just outside People Park, our murder scene. Mr. Maractus' car hit a pedestrian. What are you trying to say? From the absence of a mirror, it's clear that the car was parked after the accident, which means that it was parked there after 9 p.m. on the night of the murder. If your cell phone had been dropped before the car was parked in the garage, then it would have been hit and crushed. After all, it was lying on the ground right after the wheel. Erk. There you go, Mr. Stickler. The only time you could have dropped this in that garage was after 9 p.m. the night of the murder in the park. Yarg! Mr. Stickler, you know what this means? You did break into the victim's garage that night. This is most unexpected. Mr. Justice, are you naming the witness as the suspect in the murder of Paul Maractus? No, stop! This is too much. This can't be happening. Prosecutor, say something. I suppose it is worth saying this. No connection has been found between Wesley Stickler and Paul Maractus. That is other than this. I believe our next testimony will be most revelatory. revelatory. Is this witness prepared? Yes, Your Honor. I know that face. That's the face of guilt. There's truth. Yes, I went to the supermarket. I must have dropped my cell phone on my way back. When I was walking through the park, I happened to witness the crime. I saw the killer, the victim, the stand, all as clear as day. It was him. I swear I saw the defendant at the scene. Yes, but your cell phone was lying in the garage. Ah, yes, well, as you can see, my model of cell phone has a defect. It is giving to rolling. It's quite a pain when I drop it alongside the road, you know. Looks like a normal cell phone to me. In any case, Mr. Justice, the cross-examination, please. That's funny. Teresa didn't react to all that during that testimony. Nervous habit must be acting up. I didn't sense anything either, actually. Looks like you're on your own this time round. Right, no problem. Nope. Here comes Justice. Can somebody get this one frame off of my head? Part of the testimony is key. I know it. They press him by the killer, the victim, or the noodles. Yeah, why not this? You happen to remember the noodle stand? Quite well, yes. For a student of sciences, keen observation or Intelfi curiosity are vital. I remember everything. I could even read the sign. I believe it said, noodle. Yes, that was it. For remembering something quite well. It sure took you quite a while to tell us. And thank you for telling us that a noodle stand sells noodles. Very enlightening. Well, Mr. Justice? About that sign. Could it have been important? Ah. 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 Very important. Did the sign of the noodle stand said noodle? It appears the defense had just obtained a vital piece of testimony. Is this noodle stand's broth really that delicious? We'll have to go sample the wares one of these days. Oh, my father went there. Your father? Well, then I definitely need to go over there. I think that's worth adding to the testimony as well. Whatever sort of noodles that stand sells, it can't stand match up to IBU's cafeteria of noodles. Some applied to the school merely for the taste of our smart noodles. I made the taste of them myself. Objection! And you're absolutely sure the sign really said noodle? Why, just last week my professor offered me this praise. At least you have good eyesight, Stickler. I'll give you that. Red, without a doubt, noodle. I see. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Is that a pity I see in your eyes? Let's take a look at our map, shall we? So you're claiming that when you saw the sign, you were standing here, wasn't it? Although it would have been hard to read the sign from this spot. You think so? Mr. Stickler, I'd like you to take another look at the stand, and to carefully read what the sign says. See? The sign actually states the name of the stand's owner. Dunes. Oh, inconceivable! I'm certain it was definitely noodle for sure positive. I'm afraid your professor was wrong about that eyesight. Don't be so quick to jump to that conclusion. And he saw cheese everything. Witness says he saw the sign noodle. And he was right. What would you say if I told you that there's one spot from which the sign would weigh Mr. Stickler's claims? What? Mr. Justice, show us this spot. Witness actually viewed stand from this location. Take that! The witness was standing here, on the opposite side. How do you know that? With view from the south, the sign on the stand reads Aldunes, as we know. However, nice. Observe the other side of the stand. Oh, this side says noodle. I love that. Whatever it was called. Like Glen Elg or Lisa Basil. Gerdine? Or like Evie. Or race car. Anyways. Oh, this side says noodle. Exactly. The name of the stand is split between the front and back sides. It's mirrored, Your Honor. Mr. Stickler, you lied to the court. You witnessed this crime from the northern side of the park, not the south. Yo, you got me. Objection! So what? So what? I got my own moves, and I don't need you. I'm gonna tell you, and guess what? Now that we're done, you're having more fun. I'm going to show you tonight. What are you doing? Oh, I'm singing that one song from Pink. Pink? Never mind. So what? What does it matter if he saw the victim? Saw the killing from the north or south side. It makes no difference at all. He's right. Travel far enough to the south, and you will end up going north. Viewed on a global scale, directions are hardly without meaning. Actually, maybe he's right. This has changed. It changes everything, Apollo. Lucy, remember his testimony from before? Though, to be honest, I'm a little scared of where this is leading. Well, this is definitely leading somewhere. The killer and the victim are facing each other here. Then, at the moment the killer raises his weapon, Mr. Stickler shouts. At which point, the victim turns his head to look, and the killer fires his pistol. Ouch! That's why the bullet hit him in the right temple. No contradictions, right? Right. What if Mr. Stickler was standing on the north side of the park? That reverses the whole scenario. Completely. If Mr. Stickler shouts from where he is now, and the victim looks in his direction, temple shot. Kill shot. The bullet would have hit his left temple. Ah. In other words, someone standing at point K could not shoot the victim in his right temple. It's impossible. That's right. So now that we know Mr. Stickler was standing on the northern side, the one location takes on an entirely different meaning. Indeed, you're absolutely correct, Fine. What meaning? The entry room was on the right side of the victim's head, correct? Well, the right side of the victim's head is north. North. But that's where the witness, Mr. Stickler, was standing. Correct. So if he was standing to the north, then only one person who could have shot the victim in the right temple was Mr. Stickler himself. York! Order! Wow, an apple didn't fall from the tree. She flipped the whole case on its head like while I was still figuring this out. Objection! Verify 1 point for me, if you would, Herr Forehead. What now? Are you truly accusing this college student of murder? Well, I can't see exactly he looks innocent, but something still doesn't feel right. I can't picture him as a real killer. No, please, look aside. I'm really just a nice guy. All my friends say so. Let's hear what the defense has to say. What are you going to do now, Justice? They really accuse Mr. Stickler? Accuse him not of crime. I don't think Miss Wesley Stickler is the killer, but he's not innocent either. Unusual silence tells me that much. Mr. Stickler, you seem unusually quiet. Tell us why now. The word confession isn't in my dictionary. Then I see that dictionary? No. This, head forehead. I'm afraid it falls to you to elucidate your Stickler's silence. Mr. Justice, you did say you were accusing the witness just now, for a crime other than murder. Your reason? The court's all ears. Yeah, I know he's guilty of something. What crime other than murder is there? I have evidence that shows involvement in some other crime. For evidence, the court's all eyes, Mr. Justice. Show us evidence that points to the witness's involvement in a crime. All this tells all. The evidence is this. What? Is that woman's underwear? Hey, those are mine. Give it back, Apollo. Don't look at me like that. Order, order, order. Mr. Stickler. I can't say this comes as a shock. It's not what it seems. I swear it's on the night of the crime, just past 9 o'clock p.m. A young girl catches a penny snatcher red-handed. Bravely, she gives chase, but the snatcher flees. Hides himself in no other place than the Maractus Clinic garage. Aha! Incidentally, these pennies were found in the exhaust pipe of the car there. Presumably, he was trying to hide the evidence of his crime. Ergo, while you may not be a murderer, you are guilty of panty snatching in the first degree. Oh, jeebers, Apollo. Please, hear me out. It's not what it looks like. Order, order, order. Mr. Stickler, you should be ashamed. It's not what it looks like. Confessions of a Penny Killer. Sealer. Sorry, you need to understand that you were silent not because you were guilty of murder, but because you lacked the courage to admit your theft of this girl's undergarments. Maybe. Perhaps you're not aware of my school name. What? Perhaps you are not aware that my school's name was originally written IV? I for stands for intelligent, V stands for valiant. See? Your point? I'm not done. No, I'm a major in the science department. And what does science teach but if not curiosity? As we at the IVU science department are valiantly curious. Your talent is too daunting, and what's great is that of a mystery. Come on, you're talking about a woman's panties here. No, you do not understand. A mystery is the unknown, and the unknown is unacceptable. Unacceptable! 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 Jail time for everyone! Please do not do that again. Those, and my friends, when it comes to those mysteries, those panties are the promised land. From the woman I first laid eyes on them, I was compelled to investigate for science. Science car tire was only the first mystery whose panties revealed. A tire? Yes, I saw her do it. She pulled the tire out of those panties. But that's not all. First there was a tire, then a stew pot, then a frozen chicken. One mystery after another. It was magic. Oh, I remember now. One of the regulars at the audience at the Wonder Bar. Huh? He's talking about my panty magic panties trick. I just don't understand. A broom from a pair of panties? It mocks the very laws of physics. A broom and a frozen trick. Chicken Trucy? Whatever happened to a dozen bunny rabbits? Mr. Stickler, you stole this girl's panties to understand a magic trick? You say panties, but they are so much more than that. For me, they are an object for serious study. I wonder, there has been a recent rush of panty snatches in the area. Were they all you? I'm sorry, but I did it for science. Each time I spotted a pair of panties flopping in them, maybe this would be a pair that they could. Even that night, as she chased me through the streets, I teased the joy. After the night that I was see the truth, it was for once again, the science, the heart petted. So that leaves one being unexplained. You refer to a witness's other lie, yes? Yeah. Witness claimed he saw the crime from the south, but it was in fact in the north. Indeed. Did anybody care to explain why he lied about that? Be my guest here, forehead. Me? Did anyone hear you correctly? Did you not? Did you not say you do not accuse the witness of murder? Why then did the witness lie about his location at the time of the shooting? Or have you no idea? Apollo, there's something else about the way the diagram is arranged right now. When you think about it, right when Mr. Sickler was standing, isn't there a... Well, Mr. Justice, what say you? Have any evidence to show where the witness lied about his location? The evidence that shows why he lied is this. What? More panties? How many panties are you carrying in your pocket here, forehead? Maybe two more? Two? Three? Or more? These are the last honest. These were found in the trash can at the park. Looking at the diagram, we can see that the trash can was right next to where the witness stood. Mr. Stickler, you didn't. Alas, I'm a failure and a scientist. As a scientist, and more than that, a perv. I can unravel the mysteries of the universe. I can even unravel a pair of panties. So, these panties are your handiwork as well? That's what I had been chase hounded into the practice clinic garage. Weeping in frustration, I was forced to abandon my prize. Don't you see how I felt? Believe me, I'd rather not. I hid in the garage for a short while, then abandoning the panties, made for home. To avoid the office where the girl works, I went towards the south entrance. When I saw them hanging on the clothesline by a giant mansion, giant pair of panties. Apparently you didn't know those bloomers belonged to the mob. I had them safe in my pocket, ready to take home, when I stumbled upon a murder. The murder of Dr. Maractus. I reported what I had seen, but as I waited for the police to arrive, I got scared, and they searched me. That's when you disposed of the bloomers? Yes, it was a severe blow to the progress of science, but one had to be born. Fascinating if disturbing tale. I believe this brings today's proceedings to a close, and I'm more than pleased to dismiss this witness for the remainder of the trial and make him go to jail forever for panty snatching. One last thing, if I might. Yes, Prosecutor Gavin? Regarding the stuff where we ended today, some vital points were made. Namely, that the defendant, Waki Kitaki, was at the scene of the crime, and was pointing a weapon at the victim. One more thing. Waki Kitaki has a clear motive. Indeed, the defendant, Waki Kitaki, killed the prime suspect in this case. Only suspect, in fact. Assuming there was no one else in the scene at the time, yet a mystery remains. Location of the wound in the victim's right temple has yet to be explained. Court requests further investigation from both the defense and prosecution. Yeah, baby. No problem. Very well, this brings the trial for the day to a close. Court is adjourned. To be continued. Proof. Yep. Alright. do the next chapter. Oh, okay, just making sure. Ooh. Well, I think I will just end my little time with this game today, and we'll continue it some other time. So yeah, 6 more followers, 6 more people to watch my show. You know, it's I'm on part 4. No, I screw up that badly to remember what I'm on a part of. Alright, so, yeah. As always, this has been. Let's see here. For now, this has been Dry Oasis. I've been your host, Kenny Hargraves from sunny Palm Springs, California. Kirby, would you like to say anything? Hiyo, 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 hiyo. Kirby definitely liked that, the whole mystery of what's going on in this scenario, and also likes Trucy little Mr. Hatch trick. Snorlax, do you have anything to add? Alright, so this little stream will be ending, but as always, be sure to subscribe to me or on my YouTube or Twitch or follow me there. Donate to me on my Patreon. Follow me on my X or Twitter. I've been Dry Oasis, and I will see you in a little soon. I'm just going to be playing Fortnite a little while from now, so catch y'all later. Bye bye.